favorite film. Awful.
Bullying. Let's get into that. And actually, let's do this review because it goes into bullying a little bit, so it will flow a little nicer.
Okay, fantastic.
Missa, with a 0.5 star out of 5, says, if you can handle constant whining and outright stupidity, then you'll probably be able to watch this movie without cringing. I, on the other hand, can understand why Daniel kept getting beat up. Smiley face.
Damn, really? Because I think Daniel, I don't know about how you feel, but I think Daniel's like a really charming guy. Like, yeah, he whines, but like he's a teenager. Like, this old man's getting him to paint his fence and wax all of his... he said he was going to teach him karate. I understand why he's annoyed, you know, and he's whining. Also, he's getting picked on. He's got no friends. Come on. Give the guy a break. He's a charming man.
This is true. Yeah, that kind of leads into the whole cheesy 80ness of it, of this junior gets beaten up by a senior on a beach, and so the junior is outcast from the friend group, and immediately it's like, look at you couldn't hold your own against and a senior who knows karate, is a black belt in karate, and like everybody knows it.
Yeah, it's true.
They call them the Cobra Kais. Like everyone knows this guy can fight, and they don't know fuck all about Daniel, but Daniel gets his ass handed to him whilst being chivalrous. He literally gets his ass handed to him by her ex because he's being nice to her. But that kind of lends into the cheesy 80ness of, hopefully these days that wouldn't happen, and even back then it probably wouldn't happen like that. Hopefully.
Yes.
That's my opinion.
That's an interesting thought. Because I think as a kid, if someone had said that to me, like, is Daniel the actual bully? I'd been like, what are you talking about? Johnny is horrible to him the whole time.
Well, yeah, let's get into this bit, the bullying thing.
Yeah, and I feel like,
because I've not heard this before.
Yeah, no, this is a whole thing that's like been brought up, particularly around Cobra Kai and stuff. Apparently, it's always been a theory. I never really actually was aware of it until like Cobra Kai come around. But watching this movie back since, it's interesting to see where people have picked that up from, because rewatching it now, having seen the Cobra Kai, I get that Johnny's perspective a bit more, in the sense of like, if you really watch the movie through Johnny's eyes, you know, his girlfriend, he goes to the he goes to the beach. All of a sudden, his mates are like, "Oh, look at that guy trying it with your girlfriend." You know what I mean? Trying to wind him up.
Yeah.
X, that's true. Sorry, X. Yeah, and he obviously, you know, trying to wind him up. So he goes down there, and all he wants to do is talk to her, and she doesn't. She's not having any of it. She doesn't want it. Then he gets a bit spiteful. He gets a bit silly, doesn't he? When he grabs the. I mean, I'm not saying that Johnny's a great guy. I'm just saying that you can understand his mindset a bit more. I don't think he's the cutthroat. He's not the cutthroat bully I once thought he was. But I think it's particularly interesting when it comes to like later on in the movie when Kreese is asking him to like kick him in the leg and sweep the leg, and he's kind of a bit like, I don't want to do that. Like, this is do you know what I mean? I think that whole aspect of it is brilliant, and particularly at the end when he says to him like, "Oh, you're all right, Daniel. You're all right."
Yeah.
Like, that's such a lovely moment.
But then, mate, let's get.
You've got a lot to unpack. You got a lot of thoughts about this.
Okay. So very quickly, I've just had a thought. You know, in Harry Potter, you have Lucius Malfoy, who over all of the films is the bad guy. He's Malfoy's dad. He's a dick. And then,
just to put it out there, I've not seen the final Harry Potter movies, so I don't know what happens if he was about to.
Well, you're going to get a little bit of a spoiler.
Oh damn!
And it's your own fuck. Well, it's not really going to spoil.
So it's not like I've not had the time.
And it's one of those, like, it's not going to spoil anything because you know. So Lucius is perceived as a bad guy in Chamber of Secrets. Is that? Yeah, Chamber of Secrets. He like pulls out his wand and is going to Avada Kedavra Harry before Dobby steps in and is like, whoa. So, like, we know he's a bad dude. However, he's still Voldemort's henchman. And near the end of the series of films, series of books, he is a weak, snivelly character.
Okay.
And that is Johnny.
See, look, I disagree because Mr. Miyagi says there's no such thing as a bad student, only a bad teacher.
Well, yeah. I'm not saying he's a bad... Well, he's a bad... Well, he's not a bad student. He's doing what he was taught, but those teachings are bad.
They're no good, yeah.
He's a bad boy.
Yeah. And also, as much as the kids bullied each other, I mean, even that, the other member of the Cobra Kai who stamps on his knee to get gets disqualified, he literally straight away is like, I'm so sorry, I don't want to do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, but unless I'm mistaken, which is possible because they're all just a load of blonde kids to me, he does that, and then when Johnny and Daniel are gonna fight again, he's next to the coach being a little gremlin again, like, ha, yeah, fuck him up, ha. I'm like, I fucking hate... Like, I thought for a beat, you were a good lad. You were a good guy. You're all like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't want to do it. And then immediately he's like, I fucked you up. Kill him, break his legs. And you're just like, fucking hell.
But did you think that sums up, like, yeah, they're sort of like... Is indoctrination? Is that a right word? Sort of?
Yeah.
Yeah, like...
Well, yeah, the Cobra Kai is... like so strict it could be seen as a cult.
Oh yeah, definitely. 100%. John Kreese is he's not a nice man. He likes picking on little kids, which is really, really bizarre.
Picking on kids and then 5-1, and it's like, oh, buddy. He's
obsessed with making this poor kid. What a sad man, making this poor little kid's life a misery.
So shit. It's so bad for them.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real, right? My opinion on it is that Daniel is not the bully. All right, that's just crazy talk. That's crazy talk.
My opinion is that I think
too
it's an whiny.
Thing. Yeah, it's an interesting thought, though. I do think that Johnny is not cutthroat bad guy, as we now know from Cobra Kai, but even in the film, you can totally see it. Like, he doesn't really want to do it, and like he does genuinely really love Ali as well. Like, he's obviously just really heartbroken about it. You don't think so?
I think he is such a possessive, manipulative little worm. He is awful person.
Johnny.
A nice guy at the end. I'm not. The moment, because there's like two big mitts where he's super possessive, and that's like on the beach where he's takes it a little too far. He takes the radio and he's like, "Will you talk to me? Will you just talk to me? I just want to talk." And you're like, this is not a calm atmosphere. Fuck you. This is confrontation you are desiring. And then when they're doing the dance, and she's like, okay, I want to leave. And he's like, no, we're going to have this last dance. We're going to have this dance, yeah? And she's like, fine. And then he kisses her, which is...
Well, he does say, can we? He does say, is it... No, are you going to leave before...
Yeah, but no, he doesn't. It's like he... So... When he goes to dance, the parents are there. It's like, oh, let's dance. Oh, yeah. And then they're dancing, and she's like, oh, what time is it? Okay, I need to go. He's like, nah. What, you're going to walk out? We're going to finish this dance. And he may have said, can we finish this dance? But his tone was not, can we? It is, we will.
He does force a kiss as well, to be fair.
And he forces the kiss. Yeah, but then, weird. And like, that's wrong in its own way, because he forces the kiss, making her into the object between Johnny and Daniel, and thus weakening her character on its own. And it's just like, now she's a prize to be won, and it's like, no, everything's wrong. But that's cheesy 80ness. She chins
him though. She's quite...
She does chin him. Best bit of the film. When she's like, oh yeah, bam.
That was great.
That was good.
Yeah, so to clarify, I feel like Daniel, he's not a bully.
What's your favorite? God, that's awful.
Favorite?
Awful. Your favorite film?
Awful.